happy February. Somehow we have all survived January, so let's give ourselves a round of applause for that because we deserve it. This is one of my favorite videos to do, which is picking out my TBR for the month of February. And we're gonna use my handy dandy TBR cards to do this. I did buy these cards from an Etsy shop, so I will make sure to tag the Etsy shop in the description if you're interested. Oh my god. There, minus the dog hair. A quick little recap of the books that we picked last month was The Stars Are Dying. I did end up finishing this and I gave it a 3.5 star rating. The Stardust Thief, I got 50% through it and then Libby said I ran out of time, so Libby took the book from me and I'm waiting for Libby to give it back. It's okay, I'm like the first person in line. I've only been waiting like 2 weeks to get it back. So far, I'm a little conflicted with the feelings. It's really an Aladdin retelling, but there's a lot going on and I can't even tell you the characters. I do not feel emotionally attached to any character whatsoever. So we're gonna see how that finishes. The other 3 books I didn't even look twice at, but I do want to read them, so I will more than likely try to read them in February and sometime. So that was Servant of Earth. This has Deadly Trials and it is a romantasy. Stalking Jack the Ripper. I did also download this on my Kindle because I need to read it. It's also an entire series and I didn't know that. They're getting republished with new covers and I actually like this cover a lot more than the old cover. What do you think? This looks much better than the old cover, right? I thought so too. And then last but not least, Pestilence. I grabbed this book so many times to read and I don't know what it is. So I downloaded it on my Kindle and we're gonna read it on my Kindle as well. I read mostly all of my books either on my Kindle or audiobooks format. That's how I read it. So when it's on physical format, they don't get read as fast. I don't know why. My eyes just fly on a Kindle, so it is what it is. Let's get to the fun stuff. So like always, we're just gonna pick 5 books. We're gonna pick 5 different cards. I'm so excited. Okay. Well, I really don't need to shuffle these because they fell on the floor and they got shuffled very well. It was backwards the whole time. That is so funny. Read a middle grade. A what? A middle grade? What is a middle grade? Like a book for a middle schooler? Hold up. Let's figure out what a middle grade book is. First of all, is that for middle school? Oh my god, no. Oh my god, what? Stop it right now. No way. I don't own any of these. A middle grade, I am destroying that card. The Secret Garden. Okay, let's go to Goodreads. There we go. Middle grade books. Goodreads, help me out because Google was not doing it for me. A Diary of the Wimpy Kid. A Diary of the Wimpy Kid was good. I read that entire series. That was some good stuff. The Hunger Games. I can just reread The Hunger Games. I wouldn't be upset about that. The Lightning Thief. You know, I've never actually read The Lightning Thief, so that would be a good option. I do own that. Heartstopper. I loved Heartstopper. I didn't know Heartstopper was a middle grade book. I just read that as an adult. Well, no, actually, no. I watched the Netflix TV show of Heartstopper. I can definitely read Heartstopper. We're gonna do Heartstopper. I did watch the Netflix series, but I've been meaning to read the actual comic books. I love comic books. Let me just get that out there. And anime. I am a nerd. What can I say? I'm a hot nerd. So we are going to do Heartstopper. The Heartstopper series is gonna be book 1. That's gonna be my first option. This is also just a really good reason for me to buy the comic books because I've been meaning to buy them for so long. And look, the TBR card spoke, not me. I didn't say I was gonna do that. I made that so dramatic and it really wasn't even that bad. Like, I just thought middle grade was like for, I don't know, a 9-year-old. But if you think young adult, I guess young adult. I mean, although I wouldn't say Heartstopper would be good for an 8-year-old. Could it be? I don't know. Next card. Well, you guys can't see it. And I keep doing these backwards. Read a book published before 2020. These cards are not in my favorite today. Oh my god, wait, I can just go to my want to read. Let's go do that. I'm gonna go to my want to read on Goodreads. I do have my entire physical TBR in my Goodreads. I saw this from another booktuber that she does that, and it's so helpful because when I'm out buying a book, I can see on my phone if I actually own it, because the only books I have on my want to read in Goodreads are the ones on my physical TBR, and I just thought that was so helpful. Alright, so books written before 2020. We have Dolores Claiborne by Stephen King. We have The Witcher series. I actually do want to read that. Then we have the Bridgerton series. I want to read that as well. Beast Player. Mistborn. Mistborn was written in 2006. I didn't know that. Maybe it's just because they got a new cover. Malice! Oh, we're doing that one. We're doing that one. I literally just bought this book. Okay, so we have Malice by John Gwynne. I think that's how I say his last name, Gwynny. And this was published on December 1st of 2012. So this is going to be book 2. I just bought the series and I cannot wait to dive right into it. The books are very thick, but you know what? I'm dedicated. These cards are not playing with me for February. Brother, what? Book 3. Read a book that's the first in a series. Ooh. So many options. You know, the first one that comes to mind for this one, honestly, is going to be Mistborn. I truly do want to start that series. Okay, so we have The Rage of Dragons, Red Rising, or Mistborn. But here's the thing. I'm doing 2 other reading vlogs for The Rage of Dragons and Red Rising. So I feel like by default, I should just do Mistborn, because I'm going to be reading these other 2 anyhow. So we're going to pick Mistborn for book 3. I'm going to pick this one from the bottom. Read a book where the title has the same letters as your name.
The woman was too stunned to speak.
I do not have a lot of titles with the letter H. These cards are coming from my throat this month. What is happening? This was supposed to be fun and it feels like a school project. So we have The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. So that actually has an H, an E, an L, and an N. So that could work. Ooh, but then we also have Children of Blood and Bone. And that has an H, an E, an L, and an N. Ooh, I think I'm gonna do that one. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Children of Blood and Bone. Please give me a good one. These are creative. This was definitely worth the money. These cards were worth buying and waiting 2 weeks to arrive from Netherlands. Why me? Why me? This says read a nonfiction. Please cue the depressive music. Plays very small violin. I actually do own nonfiction books, so let me go get them. It has been a while since I touched any of these books. So we have The Energy Bus, and this is kind of like an inspiration book. I heard really good things about it and someone recommended it to me, so that's why I bought it. I bought most of these during COVID actually. It was a very dark time. And then we have The Holiness of God. This one is one that I just saw, and after reading the blurb, I just needed it in my life. Then we have What If God Wrote Your Shopping List? And this is one that I was reading and I loved it. I got to like chapter 6 on it and something magical happened, but I actually was really enjoying this book. So I think I'm gonna pick this one and I'm just gonna finish it. This is one of those books, well, most of these books are books that will just make you like self-reflect and help you change little things about yourself. Like, because of what I read in chapter 5 of this book, I ended up changing my entire office around and made it way more cozier, where I actually like to spend time in my office and I'm not just there clocking in at 9, clocking out at 6, never walk into that room ever again. Like, that's what my office was before, and after reading this book, or some of the pages in this book, it's now like a very cozy area in my office, and I spend more time in my office now than I do out here. So really like this book, so I think I'm gonna pick this one and we're actually gonna finish it. Should we pick another one? I want to pick one more, just one more. I really shouldn't, but I will. I'm not actually doing a TBR for February, so this is gonna be my TBR. Read a LGBTQ plus book. Hell yes, I know exactly which one I'm picking. We're going to be reading Outdrawn. So I know this is a sapphic romance. They're both gamers and it's kind of like a workplace rivals. Quick recap, I don't have it, but we're going to be reading the Heartstopper series. I will be doing the whole series because it's a comic book, so I know I'm going to definitely get through that relatively quickly. And then Outdrawn, What If God Wrote Your Shopping List, Children of Blood and Bone, Mistborn, and Malice. I feel like this is a good variety of different books and genres. I'm really excited to read these. And thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you liked how chaotic and messy it was, and I will be back hopefully next month and tell you guys which ones I read. Hopefully it's all of them. All right, let's put that energy into the world. I read all of these books that I just mentioned in this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day.